is I'd like, first of all, for us to give a round of applause to our facilitators for the year, because they were our support structure, and without them, we wouldn't be where we are today. Okay, so today is a celebration of the ending of a great year, and a celebration of the beginning of the rest of our lives. Okay. As you sit here, at the beginning of the year, we didn't know what was happening, you know. The first day, it was work from the get-go. You know, every day was work, 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 and more work. But here we are, and we still got smiles on our faces, you know. I'd just like to leave you with just a few words, you know. The unsuccessful and the successful are very much have the same ability. But the only difference is that the unsuccessful, they tried, they failed, and they gave up. But the successful, they tried, and they've eventually succeeded. Now, I'd like to leave you with 2 rules that you must just take everything into account for. First rule, never give up. Second rule, never forget the first rule.
Winston Churchill once said that success is not final and failure not fatal, but it's the courage to continue that really matters. After receiving my matric results on the 3rd of January 2013, I thought that my once aspired career would be impossible to pursue, but that was until I applied for SciMathUS. I was fortunate enough to be accepted in the program, and everything has changed ever since. I can only say that I have grown tremendously. I now have better knowledge about science and maths, 2 key aspects to set my future career in motion. Even so, my knowledge is not limited to only these subjects. I now have knowledge that stretches from academic language, computer literacy, as well as critical thinking. I also met quite amazing people at this program. We walked in as strangers, shared experiences, laughs, and joy, and quickly became family. The exceptional personnel of this program gave me something, a gift, a very valuable gift in life, one that can never be taken away. Not only did they believe in me, but made me believe in myself. So, on behalf of myself and my fellow students, I would like to thank each and everybody for making this year possible for us, and to our facilitators for the knowledge so eagerly shared. I believe that SciMathUS is a second chance, because SciMathUS was my second chance. Thank you.
Good morning, lecturers, sponsors, fellow students, and all others present. For those who do not know, my name is Bruce Iso, and I form part of Group C. But today, I do not only stand before you as an individual, but as a proud and motivated student, a proud ambassador of SciMathUS, and notably, a future conservation ecologist with a PhD in conservation ecology and entomology. Now the question is, why have I mentioned all of these things to you? Well, before I entered this program, I had no idea what career I wanted to pursue, and I had numerous doubts and uncertainties. This past year at SciMathUS has provided me with the opportunity to realize these goals. If asked my experiences of this year, I could think of many things. SciMathUS has not only been a bridging course, but a year-long journey, one filled with individual growth, academic success, and making lifelong friends, specifically with my class, Group C. Every lesson, tutorial, PBL, and break, bonds were created with people you know less than 10 months. So I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank my class, Group C. If I look at each one of you, I know that you each have the potential inside you to achieve your dreams, and I know you will make it. There's a very clear statement that says there are no second chances in life. SciMathUS could be this exception, as SciMathUS has provided each of us with a second chance at our goals. I personally will admit that at the end of last year for mathematics, I achieved 47%. But I am proud to say that I have achieved nothing less than 72% this entire year. And I can say without hesitation that I am going to get an A at the end. With the end exam a mere week away, it is crucial to remember that desire is the key to motivation, but it is determination and commitment to pursue your goals that will enable you to obtain the success you seek. Therefore, regard this coming exam as an opportunity to test your commitment and drive. Stay focused and give it your all. I'd like to thank SciMathUS for this year's classes, as I can say that it has provided us all the opportunity to better ourselves. In particular, the lecturers. And I'd just like to highlight this one moment. I apologize, Mr. Pfeiffer, for exposing you like this, but yesterday was our final class. And while our sir was saying his thanks, he gave each of us like a lunch bar and a little goodie. And then he started to cry. But I believe we can all agree that this shows the type of dedication and passion that our lecturers do have. And it's really great to be part of such a program. Lastly, I'd like to wish all my fellow students the very best of luck. And to know that the only person that can control your future is you. Thank you.
Nine months ago, leaders, bankers, economists, analysts, chartered accountants, and CEOs-to-be were born. Before then, there was discouragement from matric results, uncertainty on which particular degree to pursue, and fear of what would happen now. Well, like I said, this is all before we embarked on the SciMathUS journey. SciMathUS saw potential in us that most of us didn't even see in ourselves. Hence, hidden talents, interests, passions, and capabilities have been brought to light. I mean, at this very moment, you can ask any schemati about what he or she is going to study and listen to them speak with confidence and joy. In the case of Group D, we had mathematical literacy students and students who have never done accounting and/or economics. Yet with the help of our lectures, facilities, fellow students, or maybe in short, the SciMathUS invisible hand, students have been able to do well in these subjects. Furthermore, we had an Afrikaans and English bilingual class. However, that wasn't any sort of obstacle, because now our interpersonal skills have grown. Not only do we communicate in English, but in Afrikaans and even Xhosa. SciMathUS has groomed us into goal-oriented students through the self-discovery journey that has been taking place. We're no longer as shy and quiet as we used to be, because in all that we have been exposed to, we have become confident, well outspoken, and proficient. We no longer cry for home, because we have found a family with just as much love and care. Trigonometry is no longer a pain, because Mr. Pfeiffer has dealt with it in all possible angles. In fact, as he says, we now interpret the world using our mathematics. Calculating depreciation has become so easy because Ms. Van Rennen has warned us of the oorja methode. We no longer sit for hours on end stressing over complex problems and issues, because if you can tackle an Odyssey problem, you can definitely overcome any problem or challenge that you come across. And the list goes on of how SciMathUS has greatly impacted us. Nevertheless, we say thank you to everyone who contributed into what we have today. Who we are today and who we were when we first walked in the Conservative are two completely different people. Thank you, SciMathUS, for the growth academically and personally. Thank you for opening doors and hence allowing for more opportunities. In return, we say, keep your ears and your eyes wide open, because we are a group you are definitely going to be proud of.
You know, when getting to Worcester, I was feeling a bit squashed, not only because of the position I found myself in, But because I had doubt in myself, and not only that, I thought Worcester was sort of secluded from Stellenbosch. Sorry to say that. But after a while, I started doing something that I had never done before. Worcester brought out of me a person I never saw before. I was usually someone who believed to be on the forefront of things, a leader, you know. But after a while, I started learning how to follow, which is something that people usually never learn. And I realized that instead of looking at that goal, which is far there, you know, like a tiny person looking to climb up that wall, and forgetting the strides that you have to take to get to that wall. You know, I learned to actually absorb all the data around me. I learned to learn from my fellow housemates, because we lived in one house, even though we used to fight and get angry at each other at sometimes. I was always this enthusiastic person trying to run in front of everybody and say, let's do this, let's do that. Oh, today let's do trigonometry. Everybody would be like, it's you again. They call me baby. So it's you again, baby. You know, it's like this because I'm the youngest. They say, oh, it's you again. And your enthusiasm. But after a while, I started listening and looking towards other people and the direction they give me. And afterwards, I grew. I became a more mature individual in a manner of not only being the leader, but also being able to listen in order to become a better leader in the future. And in that process, I still got the goal. I'm going towards it, and I'm going to achieve it. So I thank this program for being, I don't know how, I wouldn't put it like that. I would say, you know, what we think of God. We think of God as guidance, light, hope, prosper, everything that is good. This program has given to me, and has given me a bigger family that I love so much and would never, ever want to leave them. Thank you. Thank you very much.